Hello. Here at the Port of London Authority, we want to make sure you enjoy your time boating on this wonderful tidal river and do so in complete safety. So let's have a quick look at what you should expect when you're out there and what you need to know before you get underway. The tidal Thames is a busy stretch of water full of exciting sights, including some of the best views of central London. The stretch of river between Greenwich and Westminster gets very crowded and can be a challenging place to boat if you're not familiar with it. This film shows the best routes to take on this bit of the river and helps you through the more complicated parts of your journey. It can also help as a general guide to boating on the Thames. Of course, preparation is everything. The waves can get pretty big on the Thames and the currents can run up to 4 knots. Secure your boat for the open water and check your life-saving equipment. You'll be a very small fish in a big pond, so make sure you can be seen. And call our traffic control centre on 0208 855 0315 before setting off. You'll see a lot of big river traffic from passenger boat to tugs pulling heavy loads. These boats need to stay near the middle of the river and you should give them a wide berth, staying as far to starboard as is safe. Some of the commuter services go very quickly. They'll be looking out for you, but you've got to give them space and make your intentions very clear as soon as you can. When you come to a bridge, you need to be aware of what the signs are telling you. 2 fixed amber lights over an arch indicate that it's a navigable arch. Where there's a choice, avoid the centre arches as the big boats need to use them. Keep to the starboardmost navigable arch that's safe to use. So, back to your journey. From Limehouse, you head upriver for 1.5 miles before arriving below Tower Bridge. You're now approaching one of the busiest stretches of waterway in Britain. In the summer, large flotillas of boaters will be crowding to get into St Catherine's Dock, so when you're coming through you should hold a steady course, but be prepared to react quickly. Flashing white lights over the main working arches of bridges are known as special signal lights. Look out for them because they tell you when one or more very large vessels, usually a tug and tow, are approaching a bridge. When running with the tide, these vessels are not manoeuvrable and are slow to stop. You must keep clear. You should expect large passenger boats to turn suddenly as they come in to pick up and drop off passengers. If necessary, change your course and slow down. Cannon Street Bridge marks the start of a group of bridges which are very close together. The arches rarely line up, so you have to keep your wits about you. Line yourself up to clear all bridge arches as soon as you can. A strong tide will have you swept onto the abutments of the bridges if you're not careful. Don't forget to watch for special signal lights, especially during high water, as there will be tugs and barges which come into moor here and other big boats coming through. Many of the bridges on the Thames are over 100 years old and need maintenance. This may affect you because arches can be closed or have reduced headroom while engineering works take place. A closed arch is indicated by a whiteboard with 3 red circles or lights in a downward facing triangle. It's important to heed these signs as there may be unseen dangers. Occasionally, an arch will stay open but with reduced headroom. During the day you'll see a bale of straw suspended within the arch to the height of the obstruction. At night it'll be a white light. All details about works on the bridges and other navigational advice can be found on the PLA website on the Works and Closures page under Notices to Mariners. You can subscribe to receive regular updates. In strong tides, you'll find it much harder to hold your course on bends. The approach to Charing Cross Bridge is on a sharp bend and you'll be pushed towards the north shore when the tide's going in or out. Be careful to get your line right or you'll be swept onto the bridge abutments. Choose the correct line as early as possible. You're now nearly clear of the area, but there are still a few things to look out for, and plenty of sights to enjoy, of course. Remember, There are exclusion zones by the Houses of Parliament and by the MI5 building below Vauxhall Bridge. You should stay well clear of these areas. You've now safely rowed through one of the busiest stretches of inland water in the country, but there is still plenty more to see upriver. Make sure you're aware of the special rules that apply to rowing boats upstream of Putney. Plan around the tides, as it's not much fun rowing against the current. There's lots more information in our Rowing on the Tideway guide, and of course you can access up-to-date information on our website.